Welcome back to Bible Quizzes. Today we have 80 questions for you guys on the Old Testament, so let's get started. Round 1, true or false? Each question is worth 1 point. Question 1, when Laban finally reached Jacob, he accused him of stealing his household gods. True. Genesis 31:30. And now, though thou wouldest needs be gone, because thou sore longest after thy father's house, yet wherefore hast thou stolen my gods? 2. Esau came to meet Jacob with 200 men. False. Genesis 33:1. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men, and he divided the children unto Leah, and unto Rachel, and unto the 2 handmaids. 3. Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, was defiled by Hamor the Hivite. False. Genesis 34:2. And when Shechem the son of Hamor the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, Dinah, he took her, and lay with her, and defiled her. 4. Joseph was 17 years old when his brothers sold him into slavery. True. Genesis 37:2. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph, being 17 years old, was feeding the flock with his brethren. 5. Naaman was instructed to wash 7 times in the Jordan. True. 2 Kings 5:10. And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, Go and wash in Jordan 7 times, and thy flesh shall come again to thee, and thou shalt be clean. 6. Daniel built an altar unto the Lord that called it Jehovah-Jireh. False. Genesis 22:14. And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah-Jireh, as it is said, to this day, in the mount of the Lord it shall be seen. 7. Wholesome fruit juice were Daniel's diet for 10 days. False. Daniel 1:11-12. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants. I beseech thee 10 days, and I let them give us a pulse to eat and water to drink. 8. Wisdom shouts aloud, making her voice heard in the streets. True. Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. 9. Wisdom built her house with 3 pillars. False. Proverbs 9:1. Wisdom hath builded her house, she hath hewn out her 7 pillars. 10. Lamentations present God as neglecting Jerusalem's distress. False. Lamentations 3:22. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. 11. Lamentations tells of parents eating their kids to survive the famine. True. Lamentations 4:10. The hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughters of my people. 12. Micah predicts the Messiah will be sold out by a friend's kiss for silver. False. The prophecy about betrayal is not found in Micah. 13. Nineveh stands out for its virtuous actions. False. Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. 14. Amos was a fisherman. False. Amos 1:1. The words of Amos, who was among the herdmen of Tekoa, which he saw concerning Israel in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel, 2 years before the earthquake. 15. Darius was the king of Persia during the events of the book of Esther. False. Esther 1:1. Now it came to pass in the days of Ahasuerus. This is Ahasuerus, which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia over 127 provinces. 16. Pharez was the first ancestor mentioned in the genealogy of Boaz. True. Ruth 4:18. Now these are the generations of Pharez. Pharez begat Hezron. 17. Obed was Ruth and Boaz's son. True. Ruth 4:17. And the women her neighbors gave it a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi, and they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Balaam beat his donkey 5 times. False. Numbers 22:28. And the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said unto Balaam, What have I done unto thee, that thou hast smitten me these 3 times? 19. The Israelites wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. True. Numbers 32:13. And the Lord's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years until all the generation that had done evil in the sight of the Lord was consumed. 20. Moses sent 10 spies to explore the land of Canaan. False. Numbers 13:2. Send thou men, that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. Round 2. Multiple choice. Every question is worth 2 points. 21. Which tribe was set apart as priests? Levi, Judah, Benjamin, or Naphtali? Levi. Numbers 3:6. Bring the tribe of Levi near and present them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister unto him. 22. Moses and Aaron numbered how many people from the tribe of Levi? 20,000, 22,000, 33,000, or 40,000? 22,000. Numbers 3:39. All that were numbered of the Levites, which Moses and Aaron numbered at the commandment of the Lord, were 22,000. 23. Who stood against Moses and Aaron and that ended in severe punishment? Jannes and Jambres, Nadab and Abihu, Eliab and Naaman, or Korah, Dathan, and Abiram? Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Numbers 16:1-3. Now Korah and Dathan and Abiram, and they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, and they gathered themselves together against Moses and against Aaron. 24. What was the final plague that convinced Pharaoh to let the Israelites go? Rain of fire, invasion of frogs, death of firstborn, or plague of boils? Death of firstborn, Exodus 12:29. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne. 25. Who took the lead in creating the golden calf? Miriam, Joshua, Aaron, or Korah? Aaron, Exodus 32:3-4. And all the people brake off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron, and he received them at their hand, and fashioned it with a graving tool after he had made it a molten calf. 26. What was the land of Ammon previously known as? Land of Ammon, land of Emims, land of Anakims, or land of the giants? Land of the giants, Deuteronomy 2:19-20. I will not give thee of the land of the children of Ammon any possession, because I have given it unto the children of Lot for a possession. That also was counted a land of giants. 27. Who led Bashan but was defeated by the Israelites? Agag, Arad, Sihon, or Og? Og, Deuteronomy 3:3. So the Lord our God delivered into our hands Og, also the king of Bashan, and all his people, and we smote him until none was left to him remaining. 28. Who experienced rest from the war in the land? Israeli elders, all Israel, Canaanite remnants, or coastal peoples? All Israel, Joshua 11:23. So Joshua took the whole land according to all that the Lord said unto Moses, and Joshua gave it for an inheritance unto Israel according to their division by their tribes, and the land rested from war. 29. Who was the father of Caleb? Nun, Eleazar, Jephunneh, or Kenaz? Jephunneh, Joshua 14:6. Then the children of Judah came unto Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said unto him, Thou knowest the thing that the Lord said unto Moses the man of God concerning me and thee in Kadesh Barnea. 30. Whose inheritance was within the tribe of Judah? Manasseh, Simeon, Manasseh, or Gad? Simeon, Joshua 19:1. And the second lot came forth to Simeon, even for the tribe of the children of Simeon, according to their families, and their inheritance was within the inheritance of the children of Judah. 31. Who was the high priest after Aaron? Ithamar, Phinehas, Hophni, or Eleazar? Eleazar, Numbers 3:32. And Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest shall be chief over the chief of the Levites, and have the oversight of them that keep the charge of the sanctuary. 32. How did the Lord help Israel on the day they battled the Amorites? Hailstones, locusts, fire, or thunderstorms? Hailstones, Joshua 10:11. The Lord cast down great stones from heaven upon them of Azekah, and they died. They were more which died with hailstones than they whom the children of Israel slew with the swords. 33. Where did Joshua command the sun to halt? Bethel, Gibeon, Jericho, or Gilgal? Gibeon, Joshua 10:12. Then spake Joshua to the Lord in the day when the Lord delivered up the Amorites before the children of Israel, and he said in the sight of Israel, Sun, stand thou still upon Gibeon, and thou moon in the valley of Ahalon. 34. Who led Israel after Joshua died? Samson, Ehud, Deborah, or Othniel? Othniel, Judges 3:9. And when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord raised up a deliverer to the children of Israel who delivered them, even Othniel the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother. 35. What was Ehud's tribe? Naphtali, Judah, Benjamin, or Dan? Judah, Judges 3:15. But when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord raised them up a deliverer, Ehud the son of Gera, a Benjamite, a man left-handed, and by him the children of Israel sent a present unto Eglon the king of Moab. 36. Where did Deborah judge Israel? Gilgal Plains, Palm Tree, Hebron Hills, or Shiloh Temple? Palm Tree, Judges 4:5. And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel and Mount Ephraim, and the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. 37. Who was Sisera's commander? Abimelech, Gideon, Abdon, or Jabin? Jabin, Judges 4:2. And the Lord sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan, that reigned in Hazor, the captain of whose host was Sisera, which dwelt in Harosheth of the Gentiles. 38. Where did Jael kill Sisera? Wild stream, open battlefield, inside a tent, or a Canaan valley? Inside a tent, Judges 4:21. Then Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent, and took a hammer in her hand, and went softly unto him, Sisera, and smote the nail into his temples, and fastened it into the ground, for he was fast asleep and weary, so he died. 39. What did Samson rent? Temple veil, enemy gates, young lion, or sacred scroll? Young lion, Judges 14:5-6. Then went Samson down, and behold, a young lion roared against him, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he rent him as he would have rent a kid. 40. Who did God equate with Israel for their unfaithfulness? Whore, wayward son, rebellious servants, or disloyal subjects? Or Judges 2:17. And yet they would not hearken unto their judges, but they went a whoring after other gods, and bowed themselves unto them. 41. Who judged Gilead for 22 years? Ishbosheth, Jesse, Abner, or Jair? Jair, Judges 10:3. And after him arose Jair, a Gileadite, and judged Israel 22 years. 42. Who was praying for a son at Shiloh? Hannah, Rebekah, Rachel, or Peninnah? Hannah, 1 Samuel 1:11. And she, Hannah, vowed a vow, and said, O Lord of hosts, remember me, and not forget thine handmaid, but wilt give unto thine handmaid a man child, and then I will give him unto the Lord all the days of his life. 43. What did Eli think Hannah was doing as she prayed? Singing psalms, sleeping peacefully, speaking quietly, or drunkard state? Drunkard state. 1 Samuel 1:13. Now Hannah, she spake in her heart, only her lips moved, but her voice was not heard. Therefore Eli thought she had been drunken. 44. What was Samuel doing when the Lord called him? Lying down, gathering wheat, offering sacrifices, or offering sacrifices? Lying down. 1 Samuel 3:3-4. And ere the lamp of God went out in the temple of the Lord, where the ark of God was, and Samuel was laid down to sleep, that the Lord called Samuel, and he answered, Here I am. 45. How many times was Samuel called before Eli understood it was the Lord? Well, once only, twice, 3 times, or 7 times? Three times. 1 Samuel 3:8. And the Lord called Samuel again the 3rd time, and he arose and went to Eli and said, Here I am, for thou didst call me. And Eli perceived that the Lord had called the child. 46. What false god fell before the ark of the Lord? Baal, Moloch, Dagon, or Asherah? Dagon. 1 Samuel 5:3. And when they of Ashdod arose early on the morrow, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the earth before the ark of the Lord, and they took Dagon and set him in his place again. 47. What went missing from Saul's father? Donkeys, cattle, sheep, or horses? Donkeys. 1 Samuel 9:3. And the donkeys of Kish Saul's father were lost, and Kish said to Saul his son, Take now one of the servants with thee, and arise, go seek the donkeys. 48. Which tribe was Saul from? Benjamin, Ephraim, Manasseh, or Issachar? Benjamin. 1 Samuel 9:21. And Saul answered and said, Am not I a Benjamite, of the smallest of the tribes of Israel, and my family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin? Wherefore then speakest thou so to me? 49. Who killed Abner? David, Ishbosheth, Absalom, or Joab? Joab. 2 Samuel 3:27. And when Abner was returned to Hebron, Joab took him aside in the gate to speak with him quietly, and smote him there under the 5th rib, that he died, for the blood of Asahel his brother. 50. What did God promise David through Nathan? Firstborn king, wealth abundance, throne established, or in harmony with enemies? Throne established. 2 Samuel 7:16-17. And thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. According to all these words and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak unto David. 51. How did David respond to the Ammonite insult of his ambassadors? He ignored, declared war, sent gifts, or they signed a treaty? Declared war. 2 Samuel 10:7. And when David heard of it, he sent Joab and all the host of the mighty men. 52. What did Elisha ask of Elijah before his ascension? Golden chariots, wealth, riches, double portion of spirit, or eternal life? Double portion of spirit. 2 Kings 2:9. And it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, Ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. 53. What miracle did Elisha perform at Jericho's waters? Waters healed, locusts removed, storm calmed, or fish multiplied? Waters healed. 2 Kings 2:21. And he went forth unto the spring of the waters, and cast the salt in there, and said, Thus saith the Lord, I have healed these waters, there shall not be from thence any more death or barren land. 54. Whom did Elisha curse? Idol worshippers, lying prophets, thieving men, or mocking children? Mocking children. 2 Kings 2:24. And he turned back and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tare 42 children of them. 55. Who was thrown down from a window by Jehu's command? Athaliah, Jezebel, Michal, or Micah? Jezebel. 2 Kings 9:30-33. And when Jehu was come to Jezreel, Jezebel heard of it, and looked out at a window, and he said, "Throw her down." So they threw her down, and some of her blood was sprinkled on the wall and on the horses. 56. Who was a prophet who warned Bathsheba of Adonijah's actions? Nathan, Ahijah, Elijah, or Elisha? Nathan. 1 Kings 1:11. Wherefore Nathan spake unto Bathsheba, the mother of Solomon, saying, Hast thou not heard that Adonijah the son of Haggith doth reign, and David our Lord knoweth it not? 57. Who did Solomon remove from being a priest? Zadok, Abiathar, Ahimelech, or Eli? Abiathar. 1 Kings 2:26. And unto Abiathar the priest said the king, Get thee to Anathoth unto thine own fields, for thou art worthy of death. But I will not at this time put thee to death, because thou bearest the ark of the Lord God before David my father. What did Queen of Sheba bring to test Solomon's wisdom? Ancient scrolls, mighty soldiers, hard questions, or ships of Tarshish? Hard questions. 1 Kings 10:1. And when the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to prove him with hard questions. 59. Whose property did Ahab covet? Omri's house, Solomon's temple, Naboth's vineyard, or Uriah's field? Naboth's vineyard. 1 Kings 21:2. And Ahab spake unto Naboth, saying, Give me thy vineyard, that I may have it for a garden of herbs, because it is near unto my house, and I will give thee for it a better vineyard than it. 60. Which prophet rebuked Ahab for his actions against Naboth? Elijah, Micaiah, Elisha, or Ahijah? Elijah. 1 Kings 21:19. And thou, Elijah, shalt speak unto him, Ahab, saying, Thus saith the Lord, Hast thou killed and also snake possession? And thou shalt speak unto him, saying, Thus saith the Lord, In the place where dogs lick the blood of Naboth shall dogs lick thy blood, even thine. Round 3. Short answer. Each question is worth 3 points. 61. How does God react to the rebellion of the kings of the earth? He will laugh. Psalm 2:4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. 62. What is the punishment for giving his seed to Moloch? Death by stoning. Leviticus 22. Again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, Whosoever he be that giveth any of his seed unto Moloch, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. 63. What must be left for the poor and strangers during harvest? Spare some crops. Leviticus 19:9-10. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field. Thou shalt leave them for the poor and stranger. I am the Lord your God. 64. What is the penalty for eating blood? cut off from his people. Leviticus 17:10, and whatsoever man that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. 65. Who succeeded Moses as the leader of Israel? Joshua, Deuteronomy 1:38. But Joshua the son of Nun, which standeth before thee, he shall go in thither. Encourage him, for he shall cause Israel to inherit it. 66. What was the territory allotted to the descendants of Esau, where the Israelites were not to intrude? Mount Seir, Deuteronomy 2:5. Meddle not with them, for I will not give you of their land, no, not so much as a footbreadth, because I have given a Mount Seir unto Esau for a possession. 67. What mountain did the Lord command Moses to ascend to see the goodly mountain? Mount Pisgah, Deuteronomy 3:27. Get thee up into the top of Pisgah, and lift up thine eyes westward and northward and southward and eastward, and behold it with thine eyes, for thou shalt not go over this Jordan. 68. Avoid making any additions or deletions to the God's commandments. Deuteronomy 4:2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord your God which I command you. 69. What did Moses set before the children of Israel? Statutes and judgments. Deuteronomy 4:14. And the Lord commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go over to possess it. 70. What did Moses do with the 2 tables of stone after descending from the mount the second time? Place inside the ark. Deuteronomy 10:5. And I turned myself and came down from the mount, and put the tables in the ark which I had made, and there they be as the Lord commanded me. 71. What tribe received no inheritance? Levi, Joshua 13:14. Only unto the tribes of Levi he gave none inheritance. The sacrifices of the Lord God of Israel made by fire are their inheritance, as he said unto them. 72. To whom did Hannah dedicate Samuel? The Lord. 1 Samuel 1:28. Therefore also I have lent him to the Lord. As long as he liveth, he shall be lent to the Lord, and he worshiped the Lord there. 73. Who anointed Saul to be king? Samuel. 1 Samuel 10:1. Then Samuel took a vial of oil and poured it upon his Saul's head, and kissed him, and said, Is it not because the Lord hath anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance? 74. Who despised David for dancing before the Lord? Michal. 2 Samuel 6:16. And as the ark of the Lord came into the city of David, Michal, Saul's daughter, looked through a window and saw King David leaping and dancing before the Lord, and she despised him in her heart. 75. What judgment befell the messengers sent to Elijah? Consumed by fire from heaven. 2 Kings 1:10. And Elijah answered and said to the captain of 50, If I be a man of God, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And there came down fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50. 76. What happened to the prophets of Baal under Jehu? Destroyed. 2 Kings 10:19. I have a great sacrifice to do to Baal. Whosoever shall be wanting, he shall not live. But Jehu did it in subtlety, to the intent that he might destroy the worshippers of Baal. 77. How did God appear to Solomon at Gibeon? Dream. 1 Kings 3:5. In Gibeon the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream by night, and God said, Ask what I shall give thee. 78. What did Solomon ask from God when offered anything? Wisdom. 1 Kings 3:9. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad, for who is able to judge this thy so great a people? 79. What did Solomon construct that took 7 years to build? House of the Lord. 1 Kings 6:38. And in the 11th year, in the month of Bul, which is the 8th month, was the house finished throughout all the parts thereof, and according to all the fashion of it. So was he 7 years in building it. 80. Who was swallowed by a great fish? Jonah. Jonah 1:17. Now the Lord had prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. And that's all the questions we have for today. So remember, tally up your scores down below, then share this with your friends and family to compare your scores against theirs. And we'll see you in the next one.